spent years and years training their core and really nothing else. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Taylor, co-owner of VeganProteins Online Coaching, and today we're going to be talking about why you need to stop beating the crap out of your core. So if you're anything like me, growing up as a female, I was not taught how to do an overhead press or a row or a lat pull down or even squat properly. But you know what I was certainly taught how to do from a very young age? Crunches and lying leg raises and oblique crunches and side bends and bicycles and Russian twists and a million different ways to hit my abdominal muscles. Now, I didn't do this very much as a kid. Exercise was certainly not my thing, but I know a lot of women who did. They have spent years and years training their core and really nothing else. Core, cardio, core, cardio. And I think the reason for this is because a lot of people have this misconception that training your abs is going to give you abs, which is really not true. And I'll get more into that in a second. But now they're in their late 20s, their mid 30s, their mid 40s, their mid 50s. And even if they have now gotten a handle on their physique a little bit more, maybe started strength training in other areas, there is a lot of catching up that the other parts of their body have to do. And a lot of women are very disappointed at how thick they are in the middle, and they think they just need to lose more fat. And I actually attribute a lot of this to overtraining the core. So first, let's address the misconception that training your abs gives you abs. So your abs are muscles just like any other muscles in your body. When you train them with progressive overload and you're eating sufficient calories, they're gonna grow. Just like your biceps would, just like your quads would, your ab muscles will grow. Now, if you don't have a lot of body fat over those ab muscles, then the ab muscles can push out against the skin and maybe you'll start to see the outline of some abs, right? But this is if your body fat is low enough. If your body fat is not low enough, and it has to be pretty low in order for you to be able to see them at all, if it's not low enough, there is no amount of ab training that is going to make them show through the body fat you have, but you are still building muscle there. So if you have muscle there and then fat over it, it just looks bigger. Now, I don't think the only reason that somebody should be training their core is just to have abs or not have abs or whatever. Like, you should have a strong core, a core that's strong enough to carry you through life with good posture and keep you from getting injured. Definitely training your core is important. However, only training your core or overtraining your core for years and years on end is not great for you, and it absolutely is not going to achieve the kind of physique that a lot of people who train their core all the time want. I have personally trained thousands of vegan athletes at this point in my life and hundreds of vegan bodybuilding competitors. These are people who actually make it all the way to the bodybuilding stage to compete with their physique. And what I see a lot of is women, particularly in bikini, but I've seen this in some other classes as well, they get really, really lean to the point where that, you can see veins, you can see striations in certain spots, what have you, but their waist is still much larger than they would like it to be, and certainly not the way they want it to look in bikini. In a bikini category, you want a small waist with developed glutes, quads, shoulders, a little bit of back. You want this X frame, so like this, or even kind of like hourglassy. Small waist is key in every single bodybuilding category, every single one. Ab muscles are nice. It's important to have them to keep you strong and stable, but when it comes to that look, you don't want to have super overdeveloped muscles there. It doesn't matter how lean you get. If those muscles are overdeveloped, it's going to be larger. It could look like you have a turtle shell on your stomach with little toothpick arms and legs. And this is the look that I see a lot of women in their 30s, 40s, 50s come to me with. They're already thin. They're already lean, but they are disappointed in their midsection because they just want it to get smaller. They think they just need to keep losing weight. That's not the answer. The answer is to stop training the core so explicitly, for one, and two, to build muscle in the shoulders, in the lats, in the glutes, in the quads. This is the fastest and, in my opinion, best way to create the look of a smaller waist. It's to have a bigger everything else. So focusing on that. You know, if all of us had been taught to lift weights for our full body, you know, heavy and hard and strong and with progressive overload, I think head to toe, women's physiques would be much better developed today. But unfortunately, we were taught to do cardio and core and nothing else. And now a lot of people think they're just too big in the midsection. It just perpetuates this idea that the answer is to just keep dieting and dieting and dieting, when really the answer is probably a lot closer to building muscle in other areas. But, you know, a lot of women are just still, even in 2023, afraid of becoming bulky. And I have been strength training for a very long time. I work hard at trying to get a little bit bulky, and it is really, really hard. Let me tell you, it does not happen by accident. You're not going to touch a weight and wake up and suddenly you're the She-Hulk. It's not going to happen. People dedicate their whole lives trying to achieve this. So even insinuating that this is going to happen to you by accident, like, borders on insulting to people who are trying to do it. It'd be like, oh man, I would really like to swim a lap, but I'm afraid I'm gonna be Michael Phelps. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I know that doing something new is scary. Starting to lift heavier and with body parts that you haven't used before, it is scary. There's a learning curve to it. But if you want to feel strong head to toe, you know, your core is only going to take you so far in helping you move comfortably through your life. You need to have strong legs. You need a strong back. You need strong shoulders. You need these things to have a high quality of life all the way into old age. I highly suggest, ladies, I am talking to you, that you start strength training. You don't have to power lift. You don't have to bodybuild. You don't even have to use iron. You could use bands if you want to, but start resistance training if you want that well-rounded, head to toe, athletic, toned look that you're after. You need to have muscle to achieve that. The answer to getting abs is not to keep training your abs relentlessly. It's to eat well and train your body head to toe. I hope this is helpful for you. If you have any questions, let us know. Leave any comments down below. Any requests you have, we love to take those. If you're interested in coaching, check out VeganProteins.com. We have all different levels of coaching depending on what your budget and lifestyle is. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video, hit subscribe, hit the bell, all the things I'm supposed to tell you to do at the end of a YouTube video, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.